Hello everyone, welcome to a special edition spoilers, recap, and results with your friend and host. I am the one and only Pop Culture Junkie, talking about NXT TakeOver Toronto. Holy beep, was that a damn good show. If you don't watch NXT, I don't know why you're not. If you're checking out this video because you watched my other spoiler recap results from the regular WWE programming, such as regular WWE pay-per-views, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, etc., do yourself a favor. Go check out one NXT TakeOver show. And if you're going to check out only one, watch the one that just aired tonight, because wow, this was a damn good show. Great matches. Easily match of the year contender for at least one, maybe two matches that I just really enjoyed. I thought they were really great. But man, was this show amazing. Great matches, and it's just amazing how in 3 hours we get 5 matches compared to WWE's main roster that tries to squeeze in 8 to 10 matches in 5 hours, and they're nowhere near as entertaining and compelling and dramatic and just outright amazing as these are. So props to NXT for knocking it out of the park once again. Again, we had 5 matches tonight. We had a lot of championship matches tonight. Lots of things on the line. Just, oh my God, the matches were just great. I'm loving NXT more and more every single time I see a TakeOver show. It's just incredible. I don't know why you would not watch NXT. I mean, some people are like, oh, it's connected to WWE still, so I don't watch it. Well, I mean, you're missing out, because that's the only reason to check out WWE programming sometimes is NXT. So let's talk about the card. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of detail on a whole lot of the matches because it's just, I want y'all to go watch it. It's amazing. But let's go over the card. We had 5 matches, and we had every title in NXT on the line tonight. Very beginning of the show, actually, before we get to the matches. So the build-up for the main match of the night was going to be 2 out of 3 falls, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. Adam Cole, of course, champion. Now, we knew going in that the first fall was going to be a wrestling match decided by Adam Cole. He chose that stipulation. Then we knew the second match was going to be the choice by Johnny Gargano, which was a street fight. And then we did not know what the third match was going to be, because William Regal was going to be the one to decide if they get to a third fall. If it is tied up, we'll go to a third fall. And he said he would not announce it until the show. Hell, he didn't wait. And I think I know why. So at the beginning of the pay-per-view, actually right at the tail end of the kickoff, leading into the beginning of the pay-per-view, the live stream network, I guess, because it's not really a pay-per-view, but they had William Regal on a pre-recorded segment on a video package say that we will decide once and for all. There will be a definitive winner. There's not going to be any ifs, ands, or buts. There will be a definitive winner tonight. And he says, I can tell you, but I'd rather show you. And we cut to a video package highlighting a steel cage. Looks like your standard steel cage at first, but then we see barbed wire wrapped around the entire top of the cage, all around it. And then inside the cage, on the walls of the cage, there's random weapons attached, like kendo sticks, steel chairs, sledgehammers, a fire extinguisher. On top of the cage, in each corner, there was other weapons. There was a ladder draped across one corner. There was a table across one. There was steel chairs on another one. So this cage was filled with weapons of all types. So right then we knew automatically that if it does reach a third fall, it will be a steel cage match loaded with weapons. Amazing! So our first match of the night is the NXT Tag Team title match. Street Profits versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly from Undisputed Era. This matchup was way better than I expected it to. I mean, all 4 are very talented, and I think the Street Profits do not get enough credit sometimes. The reason being, I am not a big fan of their promos. I don't think they are as good on the mic as they think they are sometimes. I think Montez is very good. Dawkins is a little weak, in my opinion. But once they get in that ring, it's amazing. And I have to say, the highlight for me of the match was Montez is amazing. Montez Ford is amazing very athletic. He flies through the ring, and he shouldn't, for the man being as big or as his stature is. He's a big man. He's a big guy. And you would think you would not be doing these kind of moves, but he is incredible. So very impressive. Really awesome frog splash at one point in the match I thought was incredible. Now, going into this pay-per-view, Undisputed Era, the faction Undisputed Era, all of them had title matches, and Adam Cole has been saying all year that the Undisputed Era will end this year draped in gold. So, really expected everyone in Undisputed Era to sweep their matches tonight. Surprise, surprise, the Street Profits get a pinfall, and they retain the NXT tag titles. That was a shocker. I really didn't expect Undisputed Era to lose because really, Street Profits have barely been on NXT. They've been hype men for SmackDown and Raw lately, and they really haven't been around on NXT television lately. But surprise, surprise, they retain the titles. So Street Profits are still your tag champs, and Undisputed Era, again, did not get the tag titles. All right, so the next matchup was Io Shirai, our newly heel-turned Io Shirai, versus Candice LeRae. This is, friends have now become enemies. I'm a big fan of both women, but I've been really, really excited with this new heel turn that they've been giving Io Shirai, and I think she's got a lot of potential. I want to see, if they hadn't already hurt Asuka so much, I would be chomping at the bit to see Io Shirai get to the main roster and have a WrestleMania match with Asuka. That would have been an incredible matchup. Have Asuka be undefeated champion, and then you got this badass heel in Io Shirai. Oh man, that would have been awesome. So this matchup, I did not expect the outcome to be what it was. I hoped it would be, but I was like, you know what? Candice LeRae, they're going to maybe have her get the win out of nowhere, and then Io Shirai will probably just jump her afterwards to keep some heat on her. Amazing. I did not see that coming, but I'm glad. That's going to keep Io Shirai strong, and I hope that leads her into the NXT title and getting the actual NXT Women's Championship. Okay, so our next matchup we have is Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Women's Championship against Mia Yim. This match, to me, was very blah. It was hard to follow the Io Shirai and Candice LeRae match, obviously. But to me, this match just never picked up any kind of momentum. Shayna Baszler and Mia, they traded off different submission holds, of course. Thankfully, in the end, even though she was beaten on her arm a lot, Shayna Baszler was able to apply a submission hold to Mia Yim, and she got the win. So Shayna Baszler still NXT Women's Champion, and hopefully that'll mean she'll be feuding with Io Shirai next, or somebody else at least. But very glad that Mia Yim didn't win. I just don't think she's a proper champion, proper title holder. Next up, we have our triple threat North American title matchup: Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. Another incredible match. Three very talented wrestlers. Lots of moments of quick 2 counts. Quick, you didn't know who was going to win what. It was really back and forth, up in the air. Surprise, surprise, Velveteen Dream picks up the win, retains, and is still North American champion. One thing to note, I loved at the beginning of his entrance, they played, if you watched WWF back in like 1991 to 92, character the Mountie. They were in Toronto, of course, and Velveteen Dream, his entrance involved looked like the cheer squad from the Toronto Raptors, the basketball team. I'm thinking they were from there, actually, but they first played the Mountie theme song, entrance theme song, and then you had a dance number by the Toronto Raptor dance squad or cheer squad, whatever. Then Velveteen Dream's music hits. He comes out, similar sort of style of Mountie uniform with the Mountie hat and the pants and such, but it wasn't a full-on Mountie outfit. But of course, if you know about Canada, they have the Mounties instead of regular police officers. That's their type of police. Okay, so that leads us up to the main event of the night: 2 out of 3 falls match, NXT Championship title match. Adam Cole, Bebe, defending against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. The first fall was a wrestling match, and surprise, surprise, Adam Cole brings a steel chair into the ring, but Gargano pulls the chair away from him. Just then, Gargano gets kicked in the nuts by Adam Cole for a quick 2 count, but kicks out, of course. I thought that was going to be the pinfall, but he kicks out. Gargano grabs the chair and unloads on Adam Cole right in front of the ref, getting himself disqualified. So he purposely loses the first fall by using the steel chair that Adam Cole brought into the ring. So then we go to a street fight. They brawl all around the outside of the arena, into the audience, not the arena building, but all throughout the arena in the audience. They brawl everywhere. They're hitting each other with people's drinks. They're tackling each other through the barricades. Lots of carnage everywhere. They get into the ring. Gargano throws a few tables into the ring. And interesting, when he's pulling the tables out, I saw a monitor underneath the ring. Maybe wonder, is somebody under the ring watching the match to know when to come out and interfere? Like, is Champ under there? I really thought that was going to happen. But where do you see a monitor under the ring? And you could see it was showing the pay-per-view on the monitor. So didn't know what was that about. So anyways, Gargano throws a few tables into the ring, but they don't actually get used during the street fight. Gargano ends up getting the pinfall on Adam Cole, and we go to a third fall. The two men are looking up. You see the steel cage is lowered. Now here's the thing. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned that William Regal tells us, or shows us in a video package, it's going to be a steel cage with weapons. And during the entire show so far, the cage was already assembled, hanging above the ring, but it was surrounded by a black like curtain, so that way you couldn't see it. But of course, people in the audience were going to be taking pictures, and I saw people posting on Twitter already that, hey, look, there's got to be a cage hanging up there, or maybe it's a Hell in a Cell, who knows? And so they obviously had William Regal do that video package just so they go ahead and get ahead of the social media stuff that we're going to be spoiling it for, the big reveal later. But it was nice when they first started lowering the cage from behind the curtain. The people that were in the audience that hadn't seen the video package or maybe checked Twitter, you actually saw a nice reaction of surprise, which was nice. Not too many things are spoiler proof, so it was nice to hear some kind of what is that? Oh my gosh, we're gonna see a cage match now. It's really awesome. So this cage match happens after they've already had 2 falls. They've already had a street fight and a regular wrestling match, and they go balls to the wall. Kendo sticks are getting beaten across each other's backs. They double super kick each other in the back of the head. Multiple steel chair shots. Adam Cole does multiple Canadian destroyers, including one jumping off of the top rope onto Gargano, another one jumping off of a ladder onto Gargano. He does another one off just standing in front of him. I mean, he does it so many times, it's amazing. We get Gargano grabbing a bag off the wall that contained multiple brass knuckles, and there was a pair of wire cutters, and he tried to cut, he did cut a piece of the barbed wire off of the top of the cage, and I thought maybe he was clearing a path, so once again, Ciampa is going to show up, climb inside the ring, or climb into the cage and help out or do something, but nope, no sign of Ciampa, which was nice. It was really a final one-on-one match to decide who's the better man between these two. But they battle atop into the corner that had the table laying across 2 sides of the cage. And in the ring, there's 2 tables that have been set up side by side. They end up both basically throwing each other at the same time, and they almost miss. Adam Cole, after he lands on the table, they hit the second table far out, as in there's 2 tables side by side perpendicular to them. They completely missed the first table and land on the second table, but most of it was their lower back and their legs that hit that table. Afterwards, Adam Cole is laying on his stomach when he goes for the pinfall, and you see a big bruise and blood on his lower right back area. Looked really bad. Earlier in the night, or earlier in the match, during the cage match, Adam Cole is setting up a steel chair just to set up a chair in the ring, and Gargano does a nasty DDT onto Adam Cole onto the top, the back part, where you sit back and lean against that top part of the chair. Adam Cole gets a DDT flat onto that apart, and it just looked really bad. He was grabbing his head, and it looked bad. It looked like he really hit hard. But in the end, they both throw each other off of the top of the cage, off of the top of the table, landing through the second table because they missed the first one. And Adam Cole rolls over one arm. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole, baby, is your still current NXT champion. Afterwards, the rest of Undisputed Era quickly get into the ring. They help up Adam Cole. They grab the NXT title. They walk him up to the top of the ramp in front of the stage. All four men stand up, raising Adam Cole's hands and holding up the NXT Championship. And we sign off. Candice LeRae does come out to the ring to help out Johnny to make sure he's okay. Kind of a shame that both Candice and Johnny both lost tonight. But, I mean, man, this 2 out of 3 falls, as I call it, 3 stages of hell matchup between Gargano and Adam Cole. Absolutely incredible. And all I can say is WWE's main roster, SummerSlam is tomorrow. What do you got for us? Because I want to see something to show me you're the main roster compared to NXT. And I want to see what you can do. So let's see what you got. All right, guys and gals, I just had to share the spoilers recap results with y'all because this, again, the show was incredible. I didn't go into a whole lot of detail on everything because I highly recommend you check out the show. If anything, if you don't have a lot of time, you've got to check out the Gargano Cole match, and you got to check out Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Those 2 matches alone make this an incredible show, and I'm giving this show a solid A, just shy of an A+, because I didn't care for the Baszler Mia Yim match. That one, at least they had Baszler win. I would have been really mad if they had had Mia Yim defeat Baszler. But yeah, so all right, guys and gals, that's it for me. You know, I'll be live tweeting tomorrow during SummerSlam, so follow me on Twitter, PopCultureJunk2. Stay tuned for my spoilers recap and results following SummerSlam, where I will talk about all the results from the show, and you can send me questions or topics to bring up in that video. Thanks guys for watching. Take care. This is PCJ, signing out.